Welcome my friends back to Blue House Yoga. My name is Sarah. Pleased to have you with me for this gentle yoga class today, wherever you are in the world. Please come to a seated position. Use a bolster or a cushion. If you would like, we will need one during the practice today. So grab yourself a cushion, grab yourself a pillow, grab yourself a bolster, and meet me back here. And as always, we will start with a gentle, short meditation just to draw ourselves into our body, connect, relax, get ourselves into our parasympathetic nervous system, take that stress away so we can really get into the heart of yoga. So come to a seated position wherever feels comfortable for you. Have the hips slightly raised. Just drag that pelvis down, so we're just tilting those hips ever so slightly, so they're just a little bit higher than the knees. Makes it way more comfortable to sit. And we're just going to bring the hands to the thighs and just take a deep inhalation in through the nose if you can. If not, through the mouth is fine. Down into the belly. Holding it here and then letting it go, exhaling through the mouth, drawing in through the nose or in through the mouth, down into that root, holding, letting it go. Just going to do a little pranayama today. So we're going to bring our left hand, putting the index finger on the third eye. We're going to use the thumb just to put on the left nostril. We're going to use you can use any other finger really. You can use a pinky. I find it easier to use my ring finger. So one finger, third eye, thumb on the left nostril. We're going to breathe in through the right nostril. We're going to close the right nostril with that other finger, lift the thumb, and then we're going to exhale out through the left nostril. And we're going to draw that breath in through the left nostril, close off the left nostril, lift off the right nostril, exhale through the right nostril, drawing in through the right nostril, closing the right nostril, opening the left and letting it go. I'm going to do 5 more rounds just like this. Get into a flow. Last one, in through the left, closing the left nostril, breathing out through the right. Just bringing the hands to the thighs, taking a deep inhalation into the belly, feeling that prana rising up through the body, up to the crown. Hold here and letting it go. Just noticing how the body feels after that little short pranayama breath sequence. I invite you to just open your eyes gently, keep the focus, keep the gaze soft. I want to just come off your bolster, your cushion, and bring it out. Just put it to the side. We are going to use it a little later in the flow. So we're going to come on to our knees. We're just going to scoop that prana prana up overhead, draw it in, palms together, drawing back to the heart center. I'm going to take 2 more of these. Draw it down. Drawing it in and up. Drawing it down, keeping those shoulders away from the ears, centering ourselves, grounding ourselves. We're going to come up from our knees. We're going to take our left leg out to the side, planting that left foot. So the toes are facing the long edge of the mat. I'm going to take the left hand, just pop it on the thigh and just draw that right hand up and overhead, stretching out the side body. I'm going to draw that hand down to the mat as we draw the left hand up and over the head the other way. I'm going to scoot that hand around to the front, place it on the thigh, draw that right hand up and over, and just bending back into it. Opening up through the side body, shoulder away from the ears. Coming back down, sweeping that hand down, sweeping the left hand around, back up and over. Pushing away from the mat, shoulders stacked over the wrist. We're going to bring that left hand, windmill it around. We're going to draw that left leg in to the body. We're going to plant the right foot out away from the body. I'm going to draw that hand up and over, stretching out that right side hand overhead, opening up through the chest. Remembering the breath. We're going to sweep the hand the other way, windmilling over to stretch out the left side of the body. Taking a breath. Coming back the other way, plant that left hand, bring that right hand up and over the body. We're going to sweep that hand back over. We're going to bring that right leg in to meet the left. So we're up on our knees. We're going to take the hands out wide. We're going to take them palms behind and draw them in and up into prayer position at the back, opening up through the chest. You may like to just come down on to the thighs. You can tuck the toes and just sitting up on the toes, stretching out the feet. If it becomes too intense for the feet, just come back onto the flat part of your foot, the top part of your foot. And bring the hands wide, stretching them out as far as they can go. Give the fingers a little wobble, a little wiggle. Bring the hands back to prayer position. We're going to drop the chin to the chest. We're going to just roll it to the left. Coming back to the chest, roll it to the right. Roll it to the chest, roll it to the right. We're going to look to the left if you can over the back of your shoulder. Come back to centre. Head is in a neutral position and then coming around to the right. And come back to centre. We're going to take that chin to chest again. Bringing the forehead towards the hands. And we're going to draw a line with our nose as we bring the head up. And if it's in your practice, looking up to the ceiling or the sky beyond. Drawing the nose back to centre. Take the hands, come onto all, take the hands to the floor, come onto all fours. We're going to thread the needle with the left hand under the right, drop that shoulder, drop that side of the face to the mat. Drawing that hand back to our tabletop position. We're going to take a couple of cat-cows here, dipping the belly, drawing a line with the nose up to the ceiling, keeping the shoulders away from the ears, and then coming back the other way, tucking the chin towards the chest, arching through the shoulders, drawing the spine up towards the ceiling, and we're going to bring the big toes together, really wide legs, and come back into child's pose. We're going to draw our hands behind, put them back into that prayer position, opening up through the chest, but in our child's pose. One more breath here. Before we take the hands, bring them back to the mat, coming up into our tabletop position, arching the back. Back into our cat position, arching through the shoulders, pushing the spine up to the ceiling. Back to tabletop. We're going to draw the right leg in and through into a low lunge. Just have that foot underneath the knee. We're going to take the hands back, come up, overhead. We can dip down, pushing forward a little bit if you want to get into your hips today. Otherwise, up here is fine. Otherwise, just coming forward into that low lunge. Bringing the hands down to the mat. We're going to draw that foot back behind us. We're going to come into our tabletop position, bringing our knees wide, our toes together, dropping the hips back into that child's pose. We're going to lift the fingers so we're on our fingertips. Just stretch through those arms. We'll walk the fingers over to the left side of the mat. Bring the upper body with you. Stretching down that right side of the body. Drawing the hands back to centre, coming over the other way. Beautiful stretch down the left side of the body. Bring the hands back to centre. We're going to draw ourselves back to that tabletop. This time we're going to take the left leg, bring that through the hands into our low lunge, or just keeping that knee, we don't want the knee to go way over the foot, but you can just rock forward, stretching out through that psoas muscle. We hold a lot of tension in here in our hips. Good to let it go. Opening up. Drawing the hands down to the mat. I'm going to draw that left foot back behind us. Big toes together. Knees wide. One more child's pose. Coming back to centre. We're going to bring the knees out. Tuck the toes. We're going to come up into our first downward dog. Pushing away from the mat. Bending the knees a lot really helps to extend that downward dog. Taking a deep breath. I'm going to take the right leg up behind, three-legged dog. We're going to draw it in towards the chest, through into a high lunge. We're going to plant that left back foot behind us and draw ourselves up into our warrior one. Rain the hands down, bring that front leg to the back, into our down dog, Going to come forward into a high plank, keeping the elbows in tight. We're going to bring ourselves Chaturanga down to the mat, sliding forward into our Bhujangasana. Bringing the body back to the mat, tucking the toes, pushing our way back up into our down dog. Drawing the left leg up behind, three-legged dog. Drawing the knee towards the chin in our high plank. Drawing it right through, planting that back foot. Coming up into warrior. 1. Raining the hands back down. We're going to draw that foot behind us into our high plank. We're going to keep the elbows in tight as we come down, Chaturanga. Bringing ourselves forward, up into our Cobra Pose. Elbows tucked in tight, shoulders away from ears, drawing yourself back down to the mat, tucking the toes, drawing the body back up into our down dog. And we're going to walk, jump, or hop our way to the top of the mat. We're going to hang out here in a forward fold just for a moment, taking a deep breath. Bring the hands behind the knees, hugging in tight. Drawing that chest in to the knees. And letting the arms go. Pushing away from the mat into a half lift. You can put the hands on the shins or on the thighs. Forward fold and rolling our way up. Arms overhead, palms together, drawing that prana in to the heart center. Taking a breath, feeling that energy moving through the body. Maybe close down the eyes. Letting it go. Feeling grounded, feeling centered. Feeling connected to the earth below. Bend the knees slightly, draw the hands wide, up overhead and draw them into the body. One more breath. We're going to heel toe away from the body. And take the arms wide. Star pose. Really standing up tall, stretching away from the body. Extension, extension, extension. And drawing palms in overhead, down to prayer. Taking a breath here. One more. Breathing in, taking the hands wide, drawing them up and out from the body. Exhaling, stretching out through the fingers. Drawing those hands up, in, and down to the heart center. Going to bring the hands to the waist, to the hips. We're going to draw ourselves up nice and tall, but keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Knees are a little bit soft as we hinge from the hips towards the mat. Now bring the hands down to the mat. I'm going to walk them over towards the left leg. Taking a deep inhalation, letting it go. Bringing the hands back to the center. See if you can come a little bit deeper. Walking the hands to the other foot. And walking back to the center. Bring the hands behind the back. We're going to go to that prayer position again. So palms together behind the back. Elbows nice and wide coming up towards the ceiling.
Bring your hands out to the hips, the waist, and we're going to push root to rise through those feet and hinge from the hips. So we're not using the back like a crane, going up to standing position. I'm going to walk those feet together. I'm going to take the hands up nice and high, up overhead. Draw the hands back down to the heart center. We're going to just twist the body to the left, keeping those knees tucked in nice and tight. If you can't go all the way around, that's totally fine. Just go to where you feel comfortable. Remember always to be listening to your body. Be the master of your own body. Drawing yourself back to the front, taking a breath. Let's just do a little dance through the hips. Side to side, rocking those hips out to the side, like you're really strutting your stuff. And come back to a neutral position and take a big inhalation. And then as we exhale, come around to the right. And drawing yourself back to center. We're going to take the hands, bend the knees, and lift the hands overhead. We're going to rain them down. Forward fold, forward fold, up, half lift. Forward fold, step back with the right foot, the left foot into our plank position. We're going to keep the elbows in tight as we draw our body Chaturanga down to the mat to our Bhujangasana. Down to the mat, tuck the toes, push away from the mat into our down dog. I'm going to take the right leg up behind. We're going to keep the knee bent. And we're going to make some circles with that hip. One way. And let's go the other way. Drawing that foot back down to meet the other. We're going to come up over into our plank position, drawing those elbows in tight as we draw ourselves down to the mat into our Bhujangasana, Cobra Pose, back down to the floor, tucking the toes, drawing ourselves back up to our downward dog, and then walking the feet or jumping, hopping to the front to our forward fold, half lift, forward fold, roll the body up, hands overhead, palms together, drawing that prana into the heart center, taking a breath. Bending the knees a little before we draw the hands up, overhead, forward fold, half lift, forward fold. We're going to step forward with back with the left foot, the right foot into our plank position. You can come down onto your knees if this is a step too far. Otherwise, keeping the elbows in tight, down to the mat, Chaturanga, into Cobra Pose. Or you can come up into Up Dog if you're a bit more advanced. Then tucking the toes, pushing back into Down Dog. We're going to take the left foot this time up behind us, keeping that knee bent and drawing some circles with that hip, opening up through the hip. Going back the other way. And drawing the foot back down to the mat. And we're going to walk the feet to the hands. Forward fold, half lift, forward fold, rolling your body up. Hands overhead, drawing that prana into the heart center. We're going to cross one leg, right leg over the other. we're going to take the right hand over, head stretching out that side body again. Really extending that left hand down towards the mat. And coming up to a neutral position, bringing that hand down to the side and crossing that right leg. Walk those feet out again. Give those hips a little wriggle. Coming to a neutral position, taking a breath. Crossing the left leg over the right. Drawing that left hand up and over. Stretching out the other side, drawing that right hand down towards the mat. Breathing into the belly. And coming to a neutral position, drawing that left hand down to the side, uncrossing those legs. And let's just walk it out again, rocking those hips. Feeling good, feeling good. All right, let's bend the knees a lot as we draw our bodies down to the mat, lifting the heels off the back, off the mat, off the back. And we're just going to roll ourselves down onto our backs, bringing the knees up towards the chest. We're going to open up the knees and just draw some circles. I did promise you we're going to use that bolster, that cushion again, and now is the time. Let's go back the other way. So bringing the feet to the floor, just grab that cushion or that bolster, pop it behind your back, bring your lower back up to it, and just start to roll your body down, drawing the hands up and open. So we're opening up through the chest. We've got the knees bent, we've got the feet together, and then we're just going to drop the knees open. So we're really opening ourselves up, keeping the head in a neutral position, feeling open, feeling expanded, feeling relaxed, breathing in to the belly. Drawing the knees together. We're going to roll onto our side, bringing our one hand over to the other so we can just push away from the cushion. Coming back up to a seated position. Moving that cushion back out of the way. We're going to roll our way back. In fact, we'll walk our hands just slowly and then slide ourselves down. We're going to take the arms wide. We're going to drop those knees over to the left hand side. We're going to look away to the right hand. Might feel a really good deep stretch into the glute. Drawing the knees back up. Dropping them over the other way, looking back the other way to the left hand or the opposite side that you were. Drawing our knees back up to centre. This time we're going to open our legs again, so keeping the feet nice and tucked in tight and just opening, this time just flat on the mat. Now you might want to slide your legs away from you. I should have said that before. If you have any back pain at all, you're not supported in this position with the cushion like we were before. So you may want to just extend the legs away from the body. This will take the pressure off your lower back. If this still doesn't feel good for you, then just simply go into Shavasana pose. Always listen to your body, always. We're going to draw the knees together. You may want to use your hands to assist. And then we're just going to let the feet flop out, away from the body. Roll the feet out. Can't quite get right in here. Here we go. And just letting everything go. Expanding out from the body to our final pose in today's sequence. Breathing into the belly, drawing that prana up through the chakras right to the crown, holding at the top, and exhaling. Now you can adopt the 4-count breath, which can really help if your monkey mind is setting in. Don't let it distract you, just be aware of it and just come back to counting. So you can draw in, breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Hold at the top, 2, 3, 4. Letting it go, 2, 3, 4. Holding at the bottom, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Holding at the top, 2, 3, 4. Letting it go, 2, 3, 4. Pausing, 2, 3, 4. Now just do that on your own. For a few rounds of breath. Letting all that movement just integrate into the body. If you have the privilege of staying here for longer, then please do. Otherwise, start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Roll onto your side of your choice. Draw the knees up towards the belly, resting the hands under the face. Taking a moment here, just keeping it soft. Pushing your hand onto the mat, pushing yourself up to a seated position. Taking one last breath. I hope as you go about your day today, you really notice the calmness you've created in your body, that you can tap into the breath and come back to this beautiful, soft, peaceful feeling that you've created for yourselves. Tap into nature, my friends. Get some vitamin D. Sit in the sun if you can. Go for a walk. Have a grateful heart. And namaste. Many blessings to you. Please like and subscribe if you like my classes, so that I know that I can carry on bringing yoga to the world, because I know the benefits are just so huge and it's so needed on the planet right now. So much love, namaste, see you next time.